Good morning. I get so happy when I see that open as the show comes to you each morning. Chandler Fryer, who works with us here, did a great job of making us feel like we're excited about the fall season ahead with that beautiful foliage behind us. Hope you're off to a good start to your Thursday morning. The week is going by quickly, and we're looking ahead to tonight because Thom Benson at the Tennessee Aquarium has been very busy. They always have things going on at the Aquarium and the IMAX. And tonight, do I have this right, Tom, is opening night for a new movie at the IMAX?
Yeah, it is. And this is the sequel to Venom. It's Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. We're almost into October, right? So we need something that's kind of spooky and crazy.
Yeah, y'all always do the month of October up big at the Aquarium. So what is it called again? Venom 2 what?
Let There Be Carnage.
Okay.
And so the lead character, imagine this, because it's about a reporter. Imagine if you were infected by some space alien that suddenly gave you these unbelievable abilities to kind of wreak havoc. And that's the story here. There's a reporter who's infected. He accidentally infects another person who's played by Woody Harrelson. And Woody turns out to be an even meaner character than Carnage, or than the original character. Carnage is what the role that Woody Harrelson plays. So it's a fun action film. Originally, this Venom character was kind of the foe of Spider-Man in Marvel comic books, and now this exciting film comes to the giant screen of the Tennessee Aquarium IMAX Theater, and we're excited about that. It starts tonight and it'll run through October 3rd.
So it's kind of fun to talk about, because you've got 3 movies to highlight this morning, and all 3 of them are box office movies that the IMAX is showing, and it kind of shows that multi-use function of our IMAX theater.
Yeah, exactly. In addition to the educational films that we're currently showing, Antarctica 3D and Great Bear Rainforest 3D, we're able to bring in some of these feature-length films on some special runs. So coming up later this month on October 6th, we're going to be launching No Time to Die. It's another James Bond film. And, these next 2 films that we're going to talk about were actually shot with IMAX cameras. So there's going to be portions of the films that really have that expanded aspect ratio and take advantage of that massive canvas. And really, with the sound system, gives you that immersive experience that you would expect with an exciting film like James Bond. So those special effects really kind of fill the screen and just really make it a very immersive experience.
And that one, so many people are looking forward to catching that one. James Bond never goes out of style, does he?
No, I think that gets more popular with time. You might have read Parade magazine this past weekend. They did a feature on, kind of James Bond history and all the films and the different actors who have played the role of 007. And so this is another exciting film that's in that series. And I think James Bond fans will really love seeing that at our theater.
Okay, then there's a 3rd movie. Is it Dune? Is that what you said is the other one you're showing?
Yeah, it is. This is the newest screen adaptation of Frank Herbert's novel Dune. Science fiction fans have been waiting for this film for a long time. Because of the pandemic, No Time to Die and Dune, their releases were delayed. And again, this is a film that was shot with IMAX cameras. The director specifically said that, when we were conceiving this film, and, it's sort of like Star Wars, where you're on these different planets and, it's got, big action and it really needs a big screen. So they use those IMAX cameras to really give audiences what they want and really place them in the action through the cinematic experience.
So, Tom, with these movies, does the audience have the option of making it 3D or not?
No, these feature-length films are 2D, but the 3D films are still Antarctica 3D and Great Bear Rainforest 3D. So the shorter educational films that we run through the day are the 3D films, and the evening films are produced for 2D.
I think that's almost beneficial because some people, I'm in that camp, almost can get a headache if the 3D carries on for too long. So I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, sometimes the feature-length films work well in 3D, but you're right. Sometimes when there's so much action that it's nice to have it in a 2D format that's still, in a big, big way.
Okay, so I think you've got a prop behind you this morning. I'm not 100% sure, but y'all have got an online auction going on, right?
Yes, and so we have all kinds of behind-the-scenes experiences. We've got some travel adventures, and then we've got art that's made by humans and some of our creatures at the Tennessee Aquarium. So this fabulous work was done by all three species of our lemurs: the red-collared brown lemurs, our ringtail lemurs, and of course our red ruff lemurs. And so it's a very cool work of art. And then I wanted to share one more with you because you know Holly Berry, who is the Red Bank mayor. And did you know she's a torch artist?
She came on 3+U. True story. She had just moved here from Texas. They hadn't been here long. And she was on 3+U for the Chattanooga market. And she did the torch art on the show. The coolest stuff I've ever seen.
Yeah, so you know how incredible it is to see her create the works of art in wood with fire. And this is one of her creations. It's a giant Pacific octopus. She actually created this work at an event here at the Tennessee Aquarium and graciously donated it to our auction. So we're hoping to raise $25,000 through the auction. There's a lot of items, believe it or not, Julie, that have very low entry points, and then there's some that are higher dollar amounts, like our naming the penguin chick. Right now, that one is at I think $5,000. So,
oh wow!
You know, the auction is really moving along, but there's certainly an opportunity to do some ecotourism. Our friends at Holbrook Travel donated a travel package, which doesn't include your airfare, but it does include fabulous lodging in Costa Rica. In a rainforest setting with some really cool experiences that are bundled with that eco lodge. So you get a chance to travel the world and see some pretty amazing things.
And I was going to ask you, I didn't mean to interrupt, but are y'all looking to earmark the money from the online auction for any specific purpose, or is it just a general fund?
So this all goes to support the aquarium's nonprofit mission. So this would help support our conservation work. And we've had a lot of really interesting projects going on. We just got some new Southern Appalachian brook trout in. We're getting ready to release this year's class of lake sturgeon. And we were just exploring for tangerine darters the other day. And these tangerine darters, to talk about a cool October story, these will be brought into our Conservation Institute and we'll raise more baby tangerine darters from them. They'll be sent over to an aquatic center in Middle Tennessee that's raising endangered freshwater mussels. And get this, the mussels grab onto the fish and infect them with their, there's fat, their, baby freshwater mussels that live on their gills. And then the fish swim around because the mussels are kind of locked into the bottom of the river and they can't move around. So they need the fish to move their babies around for them. But once the fish is infected, they can't become infected again. And so we have to raise more fish to take over there so they can do this. But the fish are fine. It's just a natural process. And they have, kind of this, baby mussel living in their gills. And then it falls out later and they swim along and they're just fine. But they can only do that once. So we're helping support endangered mussel work through this freshwater center over in Middle Tennessee by collecting these tangerine darters just this week, actually.
Okay, 2 points. One, Tom, is there anything you don't know?
A lot. There's a lot, believe me.
Okay, the second point.
I get to hang around with some really smart people all the time.
The second point goes back to Holly's art. Because I think that's a really great representation of what Chattanooga and the Tennessee Aquarium does, because the aquarium was kind of the first anchoring downtown in this great effort to rebrand and draw tourists and newcomers in to Chattanooga all those years ago. So then you see Holly come in, one of many. She relocated here from Texas. Now she's the mayor of Red Bank. She is a world-renowned artist, by the way, if you did not know this already about her. And then the aquarium, though we have it in our backyard, you too are also nationally recognized. And the community that you walk with among other aquariums across the country is so prestigious. So it's good to have these fundraising events to keep those efforts going.
Yeah, and thank you, because to your point about Holly moving here and other really bright young people, one of the other missions that's not talked about in great detail, but some of the folks who are envisioning the aquarium originally were saying, we got to stop this brain drain. We need to create something that makes this community very fun, lively, and exciting for our own residents, and by extension, then people will come here. And we want to stop those young people from moving elsewhere to build careers. And so, what's happened over the last almost 30 years, next year will be our 30th anniversary, is Chattanooga has become that place. We now have people that are coming here to start businesses and, develop companies and employ more people. So it really is a remarkable story. And a lot of those young people who are graduating from college are not moving away. They're choosing to start their careers right here in Chattanooga. That's or right. You'll hear stories of people wanting to move back after they've worked somewhere else. So it's a great story, and we're so appreciative. By the way, we will have our 26 millionth guest sometime during the month of October. We're very excited about that too.
One more reason to celebrate October or Oddtober at the Tennessee Aquarium. Tom, always great to see you.
Thank you.
Have fun at the movie premiere tonight. So again, your choice of 3 feature films going on right now or in the weeks to come at the IMAX theater. And then, as he mentioned, the 3D educational films continue to be played as well. You can always learn more by going to tnaqua.org. We are so lucky to have the aquarium in our backyard. We're back after this.
So what came first, the grilled cheese or the burger?
So the burger had to come first. You go back hundreds of